We know that transition videos are highly engaged with on Instagram and all of the social platforms, so it's really important to make sure that we're doing at least a couple of transitions every once in a while on our platform. But these don't have to be hard, so let me show you how you can do a couple of really easy transitions for fall to make sure you're getting attention in the fall season. Now the first one is incredibly easy, and it's just about covering up your phone's camera. So you are going to start in one location and you're going to hold up a fall colored leaf. It can be any of the fall colors. You're just going to hold it up, and all you have to do is move it forward to the camera. You're just going to cover up the camera lens with that fall leaf, and then you're going to be able to cut from there. So it doesn't have to be anything big or fancy. The second it gets up to the camera and it turns dark, that's where you're going to be cutting your film. You're then going to splice it together with a second piece of footage in a different location. This time you are going to be somewhere that is a different location, potentially a pumpkin patch, and you're going to hold up a pumpkin. You're going to start with your pumpkin against that camera and you're just going to pull it back. So all you're doing is taking the leaf, moving it forward, and touching the camera with it, and when you pull it back, it is transformed into a pumpkin. You're in a pumpkin patch or some other kind of fall location, and you've just done a transition that's so simple because all you had to do was touch it to the camera and then move it away. You're just splicing it when it's dark, when that leaf touches, and then splicing it together when it's dark, when the pumpkin is close to it, and pulling it back. Pro tip, the faster you do this, the better the transition is going to be. So moving the leaf up and then clipping immediately and then pulling the pumpkin back very quickly is going to make this a lot faster and a lot better. So you're moving that leaf forward and then you're pulling that pumpkin back, and it's going to be a very fast-paced thing because if you're slow, you're going to see where it cuts. So go very, very quickly with that and transition like this. Now the second transition is actually going to be an outfit switch, and this is very, very easy to do. This does not take a lot of effort. So you're just going to pick out two outfits. You can either start with like a summer outfit transitioning into a fall outfit, or two cute fall outfits, or maybe it's just one of those getting ready for the days and you're like in your pajamas and then you're transitioning into fall gloriousness. And all you have to do is switch from one outfit to the next. So you're going to film this into your clips, and all you're going to do is do a little bit of a hand spin in front of the camera. So you're going to be in your first outfit, and then you're just going to put your hands together kind of like a clamshell. So just wrists together, the palms and your wrists together, and then you're just going to, when you move it toward the camera, you're just going to spin it like this. And you can get fancy with how you do it. You can do whatever you want, but the object of this is to have your two hands here and then to spin it. And as you're moving your hands close to the camera, closer than I am right now, you're just going to be spinning this. You're going to transition and you're going to cut it when your hand's about here. So it starts on the bottom, then it transitions to the top, but not a full swipe. That's when you're going to go ahead and you're going to cut that. So then your second outfit, you're going to put that on, and you're going to do the same thing. Have your hands in the same location and start from top and bottom just like before, and you're just going to spin it, and then you can pull back and finish your video. So you just need to then crop it when your hand's about here, when your fingers are about in the same place, but they don't have to be the exact same. Now the closer your hands are to the camera, the easier this cut is going to be and the less noticed it's going to be. So again, just like the last one, we're going quickly with this. We do not want a slow transition. That's too slow. You want to make sure you're just doing it nice and quick, and then you're going to be able to clip it. People will not see where you've clipped it, and when you pull your hands back, ta-da, you're in your second outfit. You can step back and you can finish your video. This can either be something where you're talking, or it can be set to music, whatever it happens to be for you, and you're just transitioning from one outfit to the next. Take a look. The third transition is really cool because it actually brings your work into this, but also your social life into this. So we're transitioning from working at our desk to going out and doing a fall activity, whatever that happens to be. And it's a very easy transition to do. Now for this, you're going to be hand-holding your phone, which is not what you did for the first two. You wanted that on a tripod or propped up so it was nice and steady. This one actually does need to be able to move. So you're going to be holding your phone in front of you. You're going to be sitting at your desk working. That could be typing on your computer, it could be writing something down, it could be something cute where you're like holding up a pen like I'm working, whatever you want it to be, but show that you're at work, you're doing your work, you're doing your stuff at your desk. And then you're just going to take the phone and straight onto you, you're just going to move it up and over your head. The object is to go right over your head with it so that it gets your hair. The transition is in the hair because what you're going to be doing next is going out to a fall location. Maybe you're walking through the pretty leaves and the trees, maybe you're at a pumpkin patch, maybe you're going to an apple orchard, whatever it happens to be. In that second location, you are then going to take your phone and you're going to start at the top of your head and you are just going to bring it down in front of you, the opposite of what you did before. So you were starting in a position where you were working and then go up and over. The next one is going to be dragging it down in front of you and showing that you're in this new location. So all you're doing is making it look like it's flipping over your head and all of a sudden you're in a new location. So it just does that that reverse view so that you can kind of show what you are going to be doing. So take a look at this. Our fourth transition does take a little extra work. For this, you're actually going to need a fall leaf and you're going to be hand holding your phone again. So this time it's not going to be on a tripod, it will be a little shaky, and that's okay because you actually need to move as you go. The trick is to actually twist the leaf around. So you're going to be holding it, and I'm showing you with the two different colors here so you can clearly see it, but you're going to be holding it like this and then you're just going to turn it like this. So you're just going to flick your wrist out as if you're handing it to somebody else. Now with your phone in hand, you're going to be doing whatever it is that you're doing. So song lyrics, or you're going to be talking to the camera, whatever it happens to be, you're going to hold this leaf, and then you're going to hold the leaf so that your fingers are facing your phone, and then you're just going to flick your wrist to the outside. So back of hand to camera, then you're going to flick it so that your wrist is facing camera. You're just going to flick it, and as you flick it, you are going to have this changing to the opposite side. Now for the second clip, you're going to have to mark where your foot is, like be aware of where your inside foot is. I want you to take that foot that is going to be on the side you're transitioning to, and you're going to take your other foot and just step in the same location. So step right over your foot and then move over to the side. When you're doing that, you're switching hands for your phone, and make sure that the leaf is facing the same way, and then you have the ability to take it, and again, wrist out. So you're starting on the second one with your wrist out and then flicking it so that your fingers or the back of your hand is facing that camera. So you're just hitting it in the same spot and you're just flipping it. Now this one I actually recommend you do inside of Instagram because it has that overlay feature where you can line it up exactly. You know exactly where that leaf is going to be, and then you're just going to flick it and you're going to finish what you are saying or doing inside of your video so that people can see the rest of the video. So you're just flicking the leaf and you're taking the leaf from one hand and handing it to the second person. Now, the trick here is to have two different outfits or some type of change. So if you are marking the space with your foot, you gotta be careful because you can't do like a huge change and remember your space unless you've actively marked it. So like switch up your outfits a little bit. You can take a hat off, you can add a scarf in. It doesn't have to be a full outfit change, but just kind of tweak it a little bit so that it looks like two different characters talking to each other. Add a pair of glasses. Again, you can add that scarf. You can kind of change up what you're doing a little bit, or change your hair even just a little bit. You can kind of braid one or not braid the other, whatever it happens to be, and you're just handing that leaf off from one person to the next. And this can go with an audio where you're lip syncing and you're saying one line here and one line over there. It can go with a song where you're doing a line here and a line there, or you can just flat out do it without talking at all and just do the little transition with the leaf. Either way, it's going to get people's attention, and it's really, really good for showing off multiple looks or multiple versions of yourself. For me, I might do something with two of my characters inside of my parody videos that I do on Instagram and on TikTok. And they have very separate looks, and they can just kind of trade that back and forth and show off the leaf and show off the surroundings and all the good, fabulous, wonderful things. Now, another tip is that you don't necessarily have to be in the exact same place. You can go to a different location. So let's say you are inside and you flick the leaf over to the other person and the other person's outside. All you have to do is make sure that that leaf is matched up. The closer to the camera it's going to be, the more space it's going to take up, and the less they're going to see the background when you do that transition. Now remember, as you're doing this, you're actually going to move the camera. So as you are holding it and then flicking it, you want to move the camera. So watch my hand as I go. I'm holding it up here, I'm talking to my camera, and as I flick it, I have moved this hand too. So my whole body is moving as this is going to be flipped over to the side so that you get that motion. The motion is what's going to cover that you are cutting in there. So make sure you've got that motion in there as you are filming, and it's going to look a little something like this. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell because I am continuing to give you more transition ideas and content ideas for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, your live streams, and more here on the channel. And I'm dropping brand new videos every single day, so you do not want to miss out on these really great and easy to do content ideas to level up what you're doing, so you don't even have to think about what you're creating. You just have to create and engage with your audience to create community and conversation and build up your platform so that you're creating more profit inside of your business through your smart social media marketing. I'll see you in the next video.